What's going on, guys? It's Gizmodict here, and this is the full review of the $85 Galaxy S5 clone which I got from dhgate.com. I have made the unboxing video for this phone a few days back, so if you want to know what do you get inside the box of this phone, the video is linked in the description. And if you are interested in buying this phone, the link to that is also present in the video's description. Coming to the S5 phone, it is a perfect clone of the Samsung Galaxy S5 with all the appropriate branding and logos. Like the S5, it is completely made out of plastic and features a removable back and a battery. It is available in blue, black, gold and white colors, and as you can see, I have the blue version which comes with a white digitizer on the front. On the front of the phone, there is a 5-inch 854 by 480 pixel display which is of an average quality. The pixel density of this display is fairly low and the viewing angles are average too. There are two capacitive keys on the bottom for the back and the multitasking functions, along with a physical home button. The front also sports some sensors on the top along with the front facing camera and the earpiece. On the right hand side is the power button and the volume rockers are situated on the left. The headphone jack lies on the top along with a fake IR sensor, and on the bottom you get the USB 3.0 charging and data syncing port which is covered by a flap. The back has the camera along with an LED flash and a heart rate sensor. There's also a mono speaker on the bottom left, and the back, as I said, is removable to access the removable battery, micro SIM card and the memory card slot. The build quality of this phone is decent and it feels very lightweight. Like the original S5, it is completely made out of plastic, so you don't get the premium feel like other high-end phones. But for a price of just $85, I think that you get more than you pay for. And since we are talking about the build quality here, it is worth mentioning that this phone will not be waterproof or dust proof like the original S5. So please don't go swimming with this phone because you will end up buying a new one. In terms of hardware and specifications, there's nothing exciting here for spec lovers. We have a very low-end 1 GHz dual-core MTK6572 CPU along with a Mali 400MP GPU and a half GB of RAM. This, as we all know, is way too low for 2014 standard, and as a result this phone is of no use for heavy users. It performs good enough in daily tasks like calling, messaging, playing music, browsing internet and social media pages, along with a very light amount of gaming. Since this phone has half a gigabyte of RAM, you won't be able to run a lot of apps at a single time, and at times the phone feels slow if there are way too many apps open in the background. In terms of gaming, only casual games like Piano Tiles work on this phone. Arcade games like Temple Run 2 and Subway Surfers also work, but they do stutter at times because of the low-end hardware. So in terms of performance, I'd say that this phone would suit a very low-end user who does not play heavy games or use a lot of apps at a single time. Coming to the software, this phone runs on Android 4.2.2 Jelly Bean, which is heavily customized to look like the TouchWiz interface on the Galaxy S5. If you go into About Phone and see the software version, it will show KitKat, but it is actually Jelly Bean. As you can see, there are a lot of TouchWiz features here, like the notification toggle and the quick settings menu. There's also a toolbox app like the Galaxy S5, wherein you get a floating bubble with some of the most accessed applications. The gimmicky air gesture features are also present here, wherein you can wave your hand at the front of the phone to scroll through menus along with some other things like unlock gestures and smart stay. These do not work all the time, but they are there and you can fool around your friends by showing them these features. The touch sounds, the notification sounds and even the ringtones are very similar to the one on the S5. And I would say that the interface is actually not that bad. Yes, it does stutter at times due to the phone's low hardware, but overall it replicates the TouchWiz UI very well. There are some exclusive Samsung apps like Pedometer, S-Note and Heart Rate Monitor, which are again just copies of the original app and are not that accurate. There are options for NFC, S-beam, finger scanner, etc., but they obviously don't work and they are just there for the show. The heart rate monitor seems to be real on the phone because it can detect when a finger is placed on it or not, but I'm not sure if it shows the accurate reading of the heartbeat. This phone did come with a Google Play Store pre-installed, and it was actually quite easy to root this phone using vRoot. And I did remove some useless apps after rooting the phone. So if you guys want a tutorial about rooting this S5 phone, then please let me know in the comments. The camera on this phone is apparently a 13 megapixel shooter. It is actually quite funny because the phone, although can shoot in 13 megapixels, the picture quality is very average. The camera interface is quite similar to the one which you get on the S5 with various modes like dual camera, panorama, HDR, etc. But this camera is no good for taking really good photos and videos. The focus is laggy and sometimes pictures turn out to be out of focus if you don't keep a steady hand. The front-facing camera is a 1.9 megapixel camera and it records 480p video. It is also an average camera and there's nothing spectacular about it. Here are a few samples from the camera. Feel free to pause the video and take a look at them. The network and the 3G reception on this phone was very good without any issues, although the volume on the earpiece of the phone was a little low compared to the other phones. The mono speaker at the back also produces sound of a very average quality which I am not pleased with. One thing which I'd like to mention is that this phone is not compatible with all the networks in various countries. Few SIM cards work and few don't. So before buying the phone, please have a talk with the seller and check whether the phone will be supported in your area or not. The battery life on this phone is also average. On heavy use, you might have to charge it at least twice a day, but low to medium end users would mostly make it through a day without any problems. The battery that comes with the phone charges from 0 to 100% in less than 30 minutes, which is actually quite bizarre, and it drops down easily as well. During my testing, I charged the phone for at least 1.5 hours even though the battery was at 100%. And by doing that, I received some decent results, which is quite strange. However, you can just go ahead and buy the original battery of the Samsung Galaxy S5 and it will give you a much better battery life than the included batteries inside the box. Or you can also get a battery powered case for this S5 phone as it supports all the original Galaxy S5 accessories. I am personally using the Tilt Energy case, which has a built-in 2800 mAh battery and it is working perfectly fine. So overall, I'd say that this Galaxy S5 clone is an average smartphone. It is not at all aimed at power users and it is actually useful for a low-end user who deals with more of calls, messages and emails throughout the day. It looks exactly like the Galaxy S5, feels like the Galaxy S5 and also comes in a package very similar to the Galaxy S5 for a price of almost 1/10 of the original one. So as I said, for its price, it can be a very good secondary phone or even a primary phone for low-end users. So if you'd like to know anything more about this phone, please ask me in the comments. The link to buy this phone is present in the video's description, and if you'd like to see more such videos, then please subscribe to my channel by hitting the subscribe button below this video. Please like the video if you liked it and share it with your friends. You can also follow Gizmodict on Facebook, Twitter and Instagram. Thank you for watching and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.